Duclair and Doty together today for the first time, right?
They played together quite a bit, actually, on
Power play, right?
power play and here and there in games, depending on how much special teams involved.
But tomorrow would be the first time, as a formal sort of line to start.
Not set in stone yet. I wouldn't set that in stone yet. We're just power play groups are out there, and that's the way it was today.
Obviously, there's going to be some attention on Anthony going back to play at MSG. Back when the Coyotes got him in the trade, how much did you know about him at that time?
Didn't know a lot about him, but found out a lot about him. His coach in junior was ex-player of mine, Philip Boucher, so followed him once he went back to junior and got to know a lot about him there, watched a lot of video on him.
There's been a lot said, went back in his draft year, that he needed to mature a little bit. It looks like he's starting to do that a little bit as an all-around player. Have you seen, other than his offense, which is obvious, what have you seen from him away from the puck?
I haven't seen any indications of those things from early on. I didn't know him back then. I know he's a young player who's brought some good speed and skill to our group and is working hard to try to learn the rest of the game. And he's trying hard to do things. There's few habits in his game we have to continue to kind of work on to correct, but he's been a good player for us so far.
You see Max and Anthony team up for that goal last night. You said they played together, here and there. Do you notice a kind of chemistry the two of them have together, and where do you think that breeds or comes from?
Yeah, they played together in the World Juniors. They know each other well, so that there is a chemistry there, but just a matter, you get into games, there are certain matchups you're looking for or trying to get away from, and those, that's all game-to-game situations that media tends to over-analyze line combinations and stuff like that, so that's where that's at.
Dave, I apologize if you were asked this about Anthony, but did you see him as a lock to come in at training camp and you in the spot, or what did he have to show to merit the opportunities?
Showed he could play at the NHL level on a consistent basis, not just with the skill and speed, but play a full game. And the places that, like, he's not a player that can come in and play on your fourth line. He's going to have to play at a higher end, and we left spots open purposely for some of those young guys to come in and do that, and he's come in and had a very good start.
It's obviously still very early, the sample size overall, but to be included in a trade of that magnitude, has he done his best to hold up his end of the bargain and make the Coyotes grateful for that addition? Well,
when you make a trade, we give up a very good player in Keith Yandel, and we're expecting a good return. And Duclair was, when we traded for him, was a young, good prospect, but he's turned into a good NHL player. And it's still early, but he's doing a lot of things that we're looking for with our organization. And our biggest thing at the start of the year is we want to grow as an organization. These young players have the ability to help us grow, and the quicker they can get up and going, like Max and Duclair, the better off we are. So they've been good so far.
Do you think you'll be excited for tomorrow or extra motivated?
I'm sure, yeah. Anytime you play your old team after a trade, a lot of us have been through that before. It's good to get that one out of the way.
Did Duclair really grab your attention starting with the development camp?
Yeah, he was good at development camp. He should have been good at the development camp because he's a little bit older than most of those kids.
Right.
So, but him and Max, we walked away from the development camp, and the conversation within the organization is we have some good young speed and skill coming. So, they're against players that, early draft pick players. They were 2 years ahead of most of those kids. They should have been the best in that camp, but the good thing was that they were the best in that camp. So they came to regular camp and continued on from there.
Obviously, with Anthony, when he gets off to a start like this, there's all this hype about how good he could be. In your opinion, what is the ceiling on a player with his talent?
Yeah, we'll have to see. There's lots of growing in his game. Everybody sees the goal scoring and the offense ability, but there's still lots to learn in the game for him. So we'll continue to make him. Try to make him as good a player as we can be.